Welcome to Clay Center Now. I'm Shannon Stark, the director of Clay Center Chamber. And today with me I have Jeff Canizzo, who's the chairman of the Wakefield Birthday Bash Committee. So he's going to tell us about what they have going on this August. It's exciting.
Let's talk a little bit about the history of Wakefield real quick. And we kind of set this event up around the founding of Wakefield, which was August 26th of 1869. A gentleman named Richard Wake, who was a minister, came to the Republican Valley, and they purchased land from the Union Pacific Railroad and started the town of Wakefield. And Wakefield went through a lot of different changes over the years, and between several wars and the weather, some other things that happened. You know, and it finally got settlers to come, and it was a pretty thriving town. In 1928, there was 92 businesses in Wakefield, which is, people would think today how that could possibly be.
Much bigger than today.
You know,
yeah.
and you know, when I think about businesses, and they actually mentioned that there was 19 social clubs on top of the businesses, which kind of made you think, okay, the different people that came. It was actually, you know, Richard Wake, he was an Englishman, and there was two other towns that were started about the same time, and Wakefield was the only one that survived because they were middle class and they were willing to work a little bit harder than the other towns that were built. But then the Depression came, and in the 30s, which took a lot of things away from what was thriving as a town. And then in the 40s and 50s, there was three big fires. The high school burnt, one of the churches burnt, and then a row of stores burnt down. Well, in the mid-50s, there was a lot of talk about Milford Lake coming in, so those people thought, well, do we rebuild, or what do we do? Well, in '62, they signed an agreement with the Corps of Engineers that they were going to flood the valley and build Milford Lake. And Bill Avery, who grew up in Wakefield, was the governor of Kansas at the time. And everybody thought, well, he's going to flood, you know, all his neighbors and his friends and everything. And so the Corps came in, and actually they moved the town of Wakefield up on the hill, which Wakefield used to sit where Clay County Park is right now, down there where the campground and everything is. And when they moved, a lot of places didn't relocate. They didn't. I think they said there were 66 homes that were relocated up on the hill. They actually picked the houses up and moved them,
oh, wow.
which is kind of, and I know a few people today that I live in this house, and I bought this house, and it sat down here where, say, the kiddie park is in the park, and thinking that's pretty amazing that still today that happened. Well, in 1966, they dedicated the bridge and the causeway that's there in Wakefield, and the cost of that was $3 million back then. You know, think in '66, $3 million is quite a bit of money. Well, then a few years later, the museum came about in Wakefield. A lady by Netta Hayes was her name. She started a drive to raise $20,000, and they built a museum. And right now, the museum is doing a fundraiser. They want to add on. They're trying to raise $500,000 to add on to that. And then after that, the Arboretum came about, which is a national tree arboretum out there. It's like 190 acres. Yeah. So there's been several things over the history. Well, back in the 70s and the 80s, there was the Wakefield Free Fair, and a group of people, the JCs, ran that free fair. Well, that kind of ran its course, and the JCs disbanded, and so Wakefield never had anything going on in the late 80s, and there was no town celebration, So in 1994, a group of us got together. Wakefield was going to turn 125 years old. So we started what we call the Birthday Bash today. We did the first year was the 125th, and the first 4 years it was kind of basic. We had a parade, and we tried to put in a 10K road race, and we had some groups perform on stage, and we had a slow pitch softball tournament and a sand volleyball tournament. And year 5.
So at that time, was it just a one-day
No, it
event?
was still a 3-day event.
It's been a 3-day event.
But we, like we do today, but we had a community-owned restaurant. And on the 3rd day, on year 5, the 3rd day, which was Sunday, Foot Locker out of Junction City, we talked them into having their company picnic. And on that 5th year, we actually got a carnival to come, small carnival. Well, that Foot Locker, the restaurant catered the meal, and then we let the carnival set up for that afternoon so their people could ride for free. Well, the restaurant made money, the bash committee made money, and we we did that for 5 years. And in 2003, I'd done it for 10 years, and I was like, well, I'm done, let's let somebody else do it, and nobody took it over. So it died in 2003.
So it ran from 94
to 03, which was a 10-year span. And then last year we thought, well, Wakefield's going to turn 150 in 2019. So we thought, well, let's get a couple years under our belt, and then in 2019, we'll have our 150th, and so we got started again last year, and it was, after 14 years of not doing it, we thought, oh, let's see how it's going to work. Well, we had a car show, and 86 cars showed up.
Wow.
We had 4 different bands play. Our Lions Club did a free hog roast, and they ran out of food.
Nice.
So, the first year after 14 years of not doing it, it was kind of a big success. We thought, well, we'll just build off of that and be able to expand this year and then on next year for our 150th.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we got to where we're at now.
Yeah, and we'll talk about all the things. You guys have a lot going on, so we'll talk about all those events coming up in August.
Coming up, yep.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with your Eagle Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit eaglecom.net to learn more.
And welcome back to Clay Center Now. I'm Shannon Stark with Clay Center Chamber, and I have Jeff Canizzo with me talking about the Wakefield Birthday Bash that's coming up in August. We talked about the history of Wakefield, and now I'd like to hear a little bit about what all you have going on. It's a 3-day event.
3-day event, Friday, August 24th, 25th, and 26th. We try to get as many organizations that are in Wakefield involved, and we try to get the school involved, and we have our junior class is doing a barbecue to raise money, and our after prom committee has a booth, and we get 4-H involved, and some of those types of things. So on Friday, we kind of kick it off on Friday night, the 24th, and we have the junior class does a barbecue, and we have a couple groups, different people, live entertainment. We have a retired elementary school teacher, Lisa Sear. She always did our pet show, and so she's come back and decided she would do does pet show. And last year when we did it, was our first year after 14 years. I thought, oh, them kids will get into that, bring their pets. I think we had more adults than we had kids with their dogs and you get somebody might bring a pig or rabbit. So that's kind of a big thing on Friday night. And then we do a youth dance for the kids on Friday night as well to kind of cap off the night. And then on Saturday, it starts really early. We have a 10K road race and a 1-mile fun run that starts at 6:45 in the morning. We have a parade at 10 o'clock. Last year we had 54 entries in our parade.
Wow.
So and I kind of have to have a short little story about that. We had a group come set up a booth, and they're going like, there's nobody here. What's happening? And I looked at my watch, it was like 10:05, and I said, oh, the parade started at 10 o'clock. Well, at 11, it was just like because everybody came from the parade and down, and I looked at that guy, so you guys okay now? He said, yeah, we're fine.
We're good.
Like, yeah, it's like, we're good. So, but we have a parade, and then we have a co-ed softball tournament And actually this year we had to turn teams away because we got too many to fit our schedule.
Oh, wow.
So hopefully next year we can expand that a little bit. And then our car show, first year was last year, and we're going to expand on that and hopefully get over 100 cars this year as far as that goes. We have different groups playing. We have 5 different groups playing on our stage this year. The Fort Riley's bringing a brass band out. It's going to play, and we have a couple other bands that are playing, a couple individuals. Then we have a bunch of kids games. We do a sidewalk chalk contest. We have a frog jump and a turtle race. We still do the old 3-legged race and the sack race. And
oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and get the kids involved. New this year, we have a pedal tractor pull, which is actually going to be sanctioned. So whoever wins that, they can go to the state fair and participate in that one down there.
Very cool.
Something else new this year was a photo booth that we are going to put up, and you can get in there and get your picture taken and stuff. And then we have an adult dance on Saturday night, and then Sunday we put in community church service and kind of do some stuff. And this whole thing was gearing up because 2019 Wakefield's going to turn 150 years old. So we're trying to get it built up enough that next year when we do our 150th that we get a good crowd there, and we'll bring some stuff back, that maybe some things that have, talking about maybe setting up a booth where you can actually make butter, and we'll have rolls where you can actually, you know, something from the past. And then one of the biggest things is we have a time capsule in Wakefield that is actually supposed to be open next year. So we're going to do that during the bash, which will be kind of neat to see what was put in there 50 years ago. Right. As far as that goes. So
where's the time capsule at in town?
The time capsule is up in the park next to our city building, and everybody says, well, how do you open that? And I said, well, you just have to crack it and no, but there's a little block that you take out and pull out.
There's no demolition going on.
No demolition going on. So they kind of, but it's, and we have a lot of sponsors. We tried to, on our flyer that we list, we have different levels of sponsorship, and we've done some corporate sponsors where people have donated $500 to $1,000 and to help us pay for entertainment and do some things. And then we have a silver club, which is $500 and below, and then $100 and below. And before we're done, we'll probably have close to 200 different sponsors that help pull it off. Yeah. We have an all-day raffle on Saturday, and we sell poker chips for $1. And we'll sell anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 of those poker chips.
Just in that day?
Just in that day.
Wow.
And we have like 175 raffle prizes. And it may be a massage at somewhere, it may be shampoo or a haircut or a t-shirt. We've had some people donate some pretty nice lawn chairs, pop-up tents. I mean, so it's a wide variety of things like that that we're going to give away on Saturday.
I like raffles like that because they're things maybe you wouldn't go buy, but when you win them, you're excited. So.
And then we do have 3 different things that we're going to do special raffles for. We have a Bill Snyder signed football, and we have a boys and girls bicycle that for younger kids that we're going to raffle off, but there'll be separate tickets that you buy for that, and that'll kind of give get a better chance of winning that there as far as that goes. So
very cool. So all kinds of things, and I said so much on here. Even even frog race and cornhole tournament, some of that stuff.
Yeah, the cornhole tournament is a millennial horseshoes.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is the new horseshoes.
The new horseshoes. So
very cool.
But yeah, and 3-on-3 basketball, turtle race, cornhole.
Yeah.
We have a scavenger hunt. We have a tug of war contest that's going to happen this year.
A ton going on.
Yeah, there's lots of things going on.
We have to be in Wakefield August 24th, 25th, and 26th.
Yep.
Very good.
All right.
Eagle Communications is your ultimate business partner. We provide business class phone with customizable features and fast, reliable internet. Your knowledgeable team at Technology Solutions has a broad base of IT services to meet your needs. Let the experts at Marketing Solutions get your message to the right people on the best platforms. The only piece missing is your business.
Call Eagle Communications today at 877-61-EAGLE.
Welcome back to Clay Center Now. I'm Shannon Stark with Clay Center Chamber, and I have Jeff Canizzo with me today from Wakefield. He's the chairman of the Wakefield Birthday Bash Committee that they have going on August 24th through the 26th. So we were just talking about personally your ties to Wakefield. I'm curious of what all that is and why you're so passionate about this birthday bash and about the town. So,
well, let's see. I've lived in Wakefield probably 50 years of my 54 years of life. Grew up there, went to high school there and played sports, and my wife went to school in Wakefield, and our 3 kids have gone to school at Wakefield, and kind of got to be, it's a small town, 900 people, and we're kind of a transient town and kind of a bedroom community for Fort Riley. And it's nice now that there's some younger couples that have come to Fort Riley and they've decided to buy houses and retire there and keep their kids there. And there's a big fluctuation in our school because of that and the things that happen around there. I have been on the school board for USD 379. I'm starting my 25th year.
Nice.
So I'm kind of, it's not only the community, but it's the school and the surrounding areas. We have a very large asset in our town for Clay County, and it's the lake. Mm-hmm. It brings a lot of revenue and a lot of things to our county and around. It may be 5 months out of the year, but it's a big impact, and you try to keep that going and get something.
It brings people out of state. And
all over.
All over.
I always, and I don't want to get on that tangent, but I always talk about taxes. If you want to tax something, make it sales tax, because not only do you pay it, but everybody that comes through your community pays it. And that's the, and so you got people from Nebraska, people from Colorado, people from whoever are helping pay for that. Mm-hmm. Our arboretum is big. I mean, we've got different people, and we've got some people in Wakefield that, they kind of help me, and I'm thinking, hey, I can start giving back a little bit. And we build a big community. It's a private building, but yet we want our community to use as much as we can, and mm-hmm. We've built that down there, and my wife owns a business, and I own a business, and so we're kind of involved, and that's kind of why I got into the birthday bash deal, and I'm hoping somebody will kind of come along someday and I can get out, but I'll stay in as long as I can.
Very good.
Some other things we got going on in our community, our VFW is really strong because of the ties to Fort Riley. And I didn't mention, but our parade this year, we have a retired military guy that's been in Wakefield for 20-some years, and his family grew up there, and he's been involved in a lot of the churches in the area, and he's our Grand Marshal this year. It's Ross Kirk, has done some really good things. So. But our VFW, they have a pancake feed the last Saturday of every month, and they try to raise that money from that is for scholarships and stuff that they give out to kids at the end of the year. We've got a younger city council now, and they're kind of pushing the promote Wakefield thing. We've done some advertising in some papers and full page ads about things that are in Wakefield to try to get people to move to Wakefield, and they finally put up a digital sign. It's right in the middle of town, right on the highway, and it's a kind of a scrolling sign, so they put things on there to let you know what's going on. We always have that, well, I didn't know that was going on. Well, it's always a communication thing, so that sign is new, and hopefully people will start putting stuff on it. And recently, Fort Riley was tearing down some housing, and they had all this playground equipment. And we have some people that work at Fort Riley, and they're like, hey, what are you going to do with that? Well, we're just going to throw it away. So we had a group of about 12 people, went to Fort Riley a couple weekends in a row, and they brought all this playground equipment back. We've put it down in the park by the pool. We've put it in the park by our city building.
Oh, so you've split it up.
Oh, yeah. One of the churches took some of it, and another church has taken some of it. So we've had, we're talking trailer and trailer loads of playground equipment. So that was kind of nice, and it's all pretty well up now, and which is a big thing, new, because playground equipment's not cheap. Another thing, we just put in a 9-hole disc golf course right down there around the park, and it's kind of a big craze. I didn't realize it was such a big deal until I started.
Like cornhole.
It is like cornhole, but it's everybody goes, well, nobody will play it, and I said, oh, you'll be surprised, the people that'll play it. So we just recently put it up we got it up last weekend, so it's open and ready for people to use. Good. And then we do commodities every other month, like I'm sure other Clay Center does the same thing, but we kind of want to promote that a little bit more to get more people, if they need it, they need to know that it's available. And it's the third Saturday of every month we give out commodities, and we've kind of moved it up to Main Street where there's a little community center there to make it more available as far as that goes. So, and our Pride organization was really big years ago. We got a Pride Peacemaker Award back in 1977, and it was really strong, and then it kind of disappeared. And we've got our Pride organization started back up again, and got some other things going on that we're trying to get our community and get things out there to get more people involved.
Yeah. So 150 years later, you got some of this stuff is coming back.
It's finally coming back. You know, I think we got a group of young people that want to see Wakefield thrive, and I think it just takes some time to get people to realize that, you know, it's for the betterment of the community.
Things are happening.
Yep. So.
Good. Thanks to Jeff Canizzo for being here today and telling us about the Wakefield Birthday Bash coming up August 24th through the 26th. On Clay Center Now, this is Shannon Stark.